Water main break causes massive geyser and house damage in Peters Township. A shocking water main break causes havoc in Peters Township. Peters Township, PA. Residents of McCombs Road in Peters Township were left astounded this morning as they witnessed an extraordinary event, a water line burst, creating a spectacular geyser that shot water high into the air. This incident is unlike anything the longtime neighbors have ever experienced before. The sheer force of the water was so powerful that it propelled debris, including rocks, up to 40 to 50 feet into the sky. Matt Deckman, one of the startled residents, recounted how he was awakened by police at 5 a.m. on Friday. "It looked like a fountain at the point. That's what it looked like to me," he remarked, capturing the surreal nature of the scene. According to Pennsylvania American Water, the impressive geyser was the result of a broken 8-inch water main. Kimberly Tucker, another local resident, initially mistook the commotion for hail. "When I first heard what was going on, I thought it was hail," she said, illustrating the confusion that gripped the neighborhood. The Tucker family, whose home dates back to 1851, faced significant challenges as water flooded into their house through the chimney. Robert Tucker described the chaos, saying, "When it broke, it was like a fire truck out there, just pouring water out on your roof for hours." Despite the damage, he remains optimistic, stating, "I think it's going to be okay. I believe we'll be able to recover. It's just that we've invested so much effort into restoring the house." Emergency crews managed to shut off the water supply around 6 a.m., a relief for some of the 28 customers affected by the incident. Neighbor Wendy Edgar shared her experience, saying, "My husband was actually in the shower when suddenly the water pressure just stopped." By late Friday afternoon, residents had their water service restored, but the cleanup process was just beginning. "All the rocks and everything from under the street is now in my backyard. The water just carried it all into my yard. I'll clean it up eventually," Deckman noted, highlighting the aftermath of the unexpected geyser. What do you think about this incident? Could it have been prevented? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For breaking news alerts, download the free WPXI News app. Stay connected with Channel 11 News on Facebook and Twitter. Watch WPXI now. Major water main break damages 170-year-old home in Washington County. Imagine waking up to the sound of a freight train in your front yard, only to discover a raging waterfall where your street used to be. This was the shocking reality for residents in Peters Township, Washington County, when a catastrophic water main break turned their peaceful morning into a scene from a disaster movie. But here's where it gets controversial. While some neighbors escaped unscathed, one historic home was not so lucky. Kimberly Tucker, a resident of a house built in 1851, found her cherished home inundated with water, threatening to destroy decades of meticulous preservation. The water, she said, came up through the chimneys, pouring into her home and ruining the woodwork and hardwood floors she had worked so hard to maintain. "This house has stood for 170 years, Tucker lamented, and now this is going to ruin it." The scene was chaotic, with the road ripped up and water still flowing hours later. Tucker invited our crew inside to witness the devastation firsthand. But this is the part most people miss. While the immediate damage is clear, the long-term effects on the community and the historic home remain to be seen. As assessments begin, questions linger about the cause of the break and who will bear the cost of repairs. Was this an isolated incident or a sign of a larger infrastructure problem? And this is where we need your thoughts. Do you think more should be done to prevent such disasters? Or is this just an unfortunate accident? How do you think the community should support Tucker and her family in this time of need? Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's spark a conversation about infrastructure, community support, and the preservation of our historic homes. And this is the part most people miss. While the immediate damage is clear, the long-term effects on the community and the historic home remain to be seen. As assessments begin, questions linger about the cause of the break and who will bear the cost of repairs. Was this an isolated incident or a sign of a larger infrastructure problem? And this is where we need your thoughts. Do you think more should be done to prevent such disasters, or is this just an unfortunate accident? How do you think the community should support Tucker and her family in this time of need? Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's spark a conversation about infrastructure, community support, and the preservation of our historic homes. Boil water advisory in Washington County, PA. What you need to know. Urgent water crisis hits hundreds in Washington County as Pennsylvania American Water issues critical boil advisory. By Jessica Reynolds, digital content editor, CBS Pittsburgh. Jessica Reynolds serves as a digital content editor for CBS Pittsburgh. Born and raised in the Steel City with KDKA-TV always on in her childhood home, Jessica earned her journalism degree from Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Following 5 years working in sports media relations, Jessica fulfilled her lifelong ambition of reporting news in her beloved hometown when she joined the CBS Pittsburgh team in 2019. View complete profile August 2nd, 2025 Eastern Time. Enjoy CBS Pittsburgh, CBS News Live. Hundreds of Washington County residents are facing a potential water safety emergency today as Pennsylvania American Water has implemented a mandatory boil water advisory affecting over 300 customers in the region. The crisis began in the early hours of Saturday when a significant water main break in the Avella area caused what officials term a loss of positive pressure throughout portions of the water distribution system. But here's where the situation becomes particularly concerning for residents. This pressure loss creates conditions where harmful contaminants could potentially infiltrate the water supply. When we experience a loss of positive water pressure, it signals conditions that might allow contamination to enter the distribution system, explained Pennsylvania American Water in their emergency notification to affected customers. This can occur through backflow processes like back pressure or back siphonage. The advisory impacts approximately 300 customers spread across multiple municipalities in Washington County, including Cross Creek Township, Independence Township, Jefferson Township, and West Middletown Borough. In response to this emergency, Pennsylvania American Water is establishing water distribution points, commonly called water buffaloes, which will be accessible starting at 3 p.m. today. Residents can access these emergency water supplies at 2 locations: the West Middletown Fire Department on East Main Street in Avella, and the Independence Township Community Center on School Court, also in Avella. And this is the part most people miss. Affected residents must bring their own containers for filling at these distribution points. For those under the advisory, safety protocols are straightforward but crucial. All water intended for consumption or food preparation must first be brought to a rolling boil, then allowed to cool before use. Alternatively, bottled water provides a safe option. This precautionary measure applies to all drinking water, water used for making ice, washing dishes, brushing teeth, and any food preparation activities. Washington County residents uncertain about whether their homes fall within the affected area can verify their status by visiting the official Pennsylvania American Water website through the link provided in the emergency notification. The timing of this water emergency raises important questions about infrastructure maintenance and emergency preparedness in our communities. How confident are you in your local water authority's ability to respond to such crises? Do you keep emergency water supplies in your home for situations like this? And perhaps most controversially, should water utilities be required to provide bottled water delivery to elderly or disabled residents during such emergencies rather than expecting them to travel to distribution points? Share your thoughts and experiences with water emergencies in the comments below.